I am so excited to record this video. I have been wanting to put my sisters on in this way for such a long time. I've written articles about it. I talk to people about it when they ask me for coffee chats, but now I'm putting it on YouTube, on my page, on my channel, so that everybody has access and everybody can experience these events. Networking has 1010% contributed to the elevation of my career. I would not be in the position I am today if I did not go to events, if I did not talk to people in God's timing from these events. So I'm so excited to put y'all on. I have not been to every single event that I'm going to tell you about, but I'm going to tell you about the ones I experienced first, and then the ones that I've heard great reviews about, I'll also include, because I don't want to not include them just because I haven't been there when you can receive your breakthrough from those events, you know? So yes, I'll put you on. A little bit about me. I am a journalist. I'm a content creator and a social media manager. Worked my way through CBS, NBC, PBS affiliates, and now I am a content specialist at Meta. And my first job was through a networking event. And I've just utilized that name to help me pivot and maximize in my industry. So that's why I'm so excited to make this video, to make it easier for you. Hey, let's get started. I also wrote an article about this for Essence Girls United, so I will link that. Make sure you check it out for a more in-depth description of what the conferences are and if they fit your liking. There's also visuals there, so you can see if that's your vibe or not. The first event is called the Essence GU Summit. So you've heard of Essence Festival. You know that's where the aunties get together. Well, Essence has a Gen Z vertical called Girls United. The summit is like a reunion, like a homecoming of top creators, talent, industry leaders for Black women, by Black women, including Black women. So it's a great place to just connect with people. They intentionally set up places so that you can maximize on the individuals that are in attendance. They have mentoring sessions. They have cocktail hours. It's hosted like a space where you could just chit chat with your girlfriends, you know? So the titles, the labels, those kind of come off to an extent in the vicinity of some really powerful and impactful people. When I went, it was in Atlanta. I believe it's still in Atlanta. So I would check out the Essence GU Summit if networking with powerful Black women that are keen to culture and the issues that Gen Z Black women are facing, I would definitely suggest that. And at the end of the day, it's a legacy brand, so everything's always top notch and worth the investment. The next event I'm going to mention is Sip and Slay. I know last year they had some wonky reviews. I'm sure they'll work out those kinks because I know for a fact how impactful when I went it was. First of all, it's just a motivating space to be in because everybody's dressed to the T. I mean, the fits are impeccable, and I feel like it just inspires you to own your creativity when it comes to fashion and presenting yourself by seeing other Black women who are doing the same thing. So the culture around this event really allows you to be expressive, and it's not stifled or stiff like some networking events or seminars usually are. And the lineup consists of individuals who are trending, essentially, whether the industry is trending, the influencer that they bring is trending, or just the topics are trending. And it's kind of the same thing with Essence GU as well. But for Sip and Slay, it's specifically focused around beauty and fashion and how Black women contribute to that culture in a professional way. So yes, you have your content creators, you have your influencers that are speaking on the panel, but you have experts in merchandising and experts in perfume sales that are also contributing to conversations because, as we know, people want to make impact, but not just in front of a camera. And I think Sip and Slay does a really good job bringing robust panelists so that Black women across the beauty and fashion space can be represented and take something away from the conference. On top of that, they just have a culture of being expressive, of dressing to the T and being really inspired by the fits that people wear. So it's a beautiful, creative space to be in and learn from. So the next event I would recommend is ENVSN Festival. This is like a toned down version of Sip and Slay. Sip and Slay is a bit more sophisticated, whereas ENVSN Festival, I would come in streetwear, it's a chill vibe for content creators, fashion enthusiasts, beauty experts to kind of vibe out and chit chat. I feel like ENVSN Festival is the most comfortable space I was in to go up to random people and have conversations, because there's so many sponsors and so many activations on the floor where you just go around. And the last time I went, it was only like 2 or 3 like heavy hitters that were doing main stage events. So then after everybody's chit-chatting, mingling, attending these activations, we all swarm to the main stage. And so now I haven't been to ZCON, but I've heard really good things about ZCON. It's an event where everybody on the panel is Gen Z. So every panelist is a Gen Zer, the attendees, Gen Zer. And I am such an advocate of people networking across and not just up. So if there's somebody that's making impact that's around the same age as you want to connect with them. Even people in the audience who are regular people, you don't know what these people will be in 10, 20 years, but you made a connection, a lateral connection. So I really like the concept of ZCON because it really helps you network across and get to know industry leaders that are your peers, literally. So yes, I'd recommend ZCON, though I have not been, but I have heard great things about it. The last 2 things aren't specific conferences, but just things you should be utilizing. When your office is hosting happy hours or team lunches, try your best to go to those. I'm talking to myself when I say this as well. Those are really vital in order to create company culture. I know everybody hates that term, but getting to know the people that you're sitting across from and had intimate experience working with is super helpful because you don't know where they'll be in 30 years or 5 years and where you'll want to be and your interest and how you'll evolve. So it's always great to maintain those connections with people that you work in close proximity with because they can advocate for you the most. The last thing I wanted to say is to utilize local organizations. I know we all go for the big things like Essence Festival or Afrotech or CultureCon, but I found that going to open mic nights or networking events with women in business within the region I'm in are super important as well, because things that you don't necessarily want to use your heavy hitter resources for, you can get from local people. And you're also supporting small businesses. There's so many other conferences I can speak of, but you can also check out the article below to read more and see visuals. If you're in Jersey, Philadelphia, New York City, there is a social club called Little Habits Social Club in which I founded, and I try to plan a monthly event for women to come together. I try to keep it to around 10 to 15 women so that connections are intimate and they can be strong, and you can actually have the opportunity to chit chat and talk and actually get to know the vibe of someone before the end of the event. So if you're interested in that, I'd make sure to check out the link below. Please remember to like and subscribe and let me know what other type of videos you want. In terms of career growth and development, I'd be happy to answer any questions. Thanks.